All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome, everyone. We are excited to be sharing the Watson solution capabilities with you today and hope it provides a great introduction into how you can infuse AI into your organization. My name is Taylor, and I'm an account manager at Newcomp Analytics. And today we also have Marina, a data scientist, and Sue, a senior data scientist, joining us. Both Marina and Sue have experience with building and implementing fully customized Watson solutions for our customers. And we've built a great demo for you today that will include a virtual assistant integration with Zendesk, an interactive voice solution, AI-powered search, and advanced analytics. And if you have any questions during the webinar, you can type them into the chat box on the right-hand side in the control panel, and our team will do our best to respond throughout. Just a few things about Newcomp. We partner with leading technology vendors to provide analytics software, support, training, and services. And we're a Platinum IBM partner and have over 20 years of experience making data simple and developing roadmaps for our customers to help them navigate complex business environments. And we have customers across North America and the Caribbean and act as a true trusted advisor. And our team has great experience building innovative technology to solve business problems in unique ways. And at Newcomp, we focus on 5 areas of analytics, including BI and data visualization, financial planning, AI and machine learning, data management, and open source analytics. For today, we are going to be focusing on artificial intelligence software and where Newcomp can help. We offer very flexible service and support models to fit your organization's unique needs, and we advise and teach our customers to grow their business. Some of the services we offer include development services, advisory, training, managed analytics services, and IBM software licensing. And we can work with you from needs analysis through to implementation. And what we've seen with our Watson projects is that they fall into 3 categories. Number 1, we can build the entire solution for you. Number 2, we do the initial integration and setup, and then hand it off to you to do the rest, including building the dialogue. Or number 3, we provide training to enable you to build it yourself. And we always provide ongoing support after deployment to ensure long-term adoption. And we are experts at building Watson dialogue, so each chatbot requires a successful upfront build to ensure the bot will have a high success rate. And we can set up virtually any integration that you'd like Watson to push or pull data from, including Salesforce. And we're flexible and work with you to understand your requirements and create the most successful outcome possible. Now I'd like to provide you a little background on some of the technologies you'll see today. Now, I think we'd all agree that we live in a world where data is one of our most important resources, and it has become essential for organizations to not only improve their customer experience, but also reduce their costs. And as we become a more digital workforce, things aren't as easy as they used to be. Processes have now completely changed, and companies must supply fast and accurate answers. And the reason we've partnered with IBM Watson is because it not only protects your data, but it can be utilized to automate processes, make empowered decisions, and elevate customer experience. And there are multiple IBM tools that you can use to drive this innovation. And the 2 that we'll be showing you today are Watson Assistant and Discovery. Watson Assistant is a chatbot that uses artificial intelligence to predict, analyze, and interpret data and learns from every interaction it has to constantly improve over time. And Watson has so many use cases and can easily move across departments and scale to fit their needs. And companies are using Watson for customer self-service, employee productivity, or as a conversational IVR solution to support the contact center. Now, Watson Discovery is an AI-powered search tool used to pull forward answers and insights in massive amounts of data. And using Watson Discovery, Watson Assistant can search through a database of documents or public websites to learn from data and bring that answer to your customers or employees. And in addition to this, our team has also built custom advanced analytics capabilities to pull data from Watson apps and provide you with all your insights in one place. And we'll show you how you can integrate Watson with your systems, deploy it on any app, and use predictive analytics to really take your AI to the next level. And now I'm going to hand it over to Marina to take things over from here.
Thanks, Taylor. What a great introduction. So today I'm going to introduce you to some of the features that we love about Watson Assistant and Watson Discovery, and I'm going to start off with my demo. The first demo of today. There are two. So after we'll get into the advanced analytics. But Watson AI, one of the features before we get into the demo that really stands out is you can have it anywhere. So you can have it in the cloud, you can have it on-prem. You can also, do a hybrid model of being between, and you're not locked in. So the data gets exported from Watson Assistant specifically as JSON, and you can, do whatever you wish with that. You can analyze the logs. You really are flexible. You're not stuck in one place, and we can really connect with anything, and that's what you will see hopefully in my demo coming up. So what we say is, as long as there's an API that will let us connect with it, whether it's a database, whether it's Salesforce, whether it's a voice tool such as like Twilio, or a customer service platform such as Zendesk, whatever it may be, if there's an open API, we can connect to it. So some customer patterns that we're going to go through today, three main important ones are the self-service. So this is kind of what you would imagine a chatbot to be. So when someone comes in, they have questions, basic things, you want to give them an answer quickly. And a chatbot can be, live and working 24 hours a day for very low cost. And we can tell when to hand off to an agent. The second is the employee self-serve. So this is maybe a less obvious use case, but if you have massive amount of documents, or if you have IT FAQs that maybe your employees ask, we can help them self-serve themselves faster, and then if needed, connect them to part of the other team. And then the third case that is also maybe less obvious, but also really powerful one, is assisting agents as they work. So if you already have a call center, or if you already have some sort of support workflow that you have, we can assist the agents by bringing them answers quicker from maybe policy manuals or wherever that knowledge base may be. We can bring them answers so that they can quickly help whoever customer they're dealing with. So what makes Watson different than some of the competitors? First off, it's completely code-free, so you can build your entire bot with no code required. It's designed with business users in mind, and it's quite fun to do, if I do say so myself. You can deploy anywhere, so you can run it on the cloud, on premise, your choice. Anyone can build, like I said, line of business users can build applications. You don't need any sort of specific technical background, and we can help training with that as well, which we'll touch upon later. And you own the data. So if you actually, if you purchase the solution, your data is your data. Some of the competitors use your data to train their algorithms to use for other clients, and IBM does not do that. You can opt out of that. So that you're not selling or giving any of your competitors any of your insights that you own, really. And then there's a couple of awards that they've been granted for best in AI. Specifically with Watson Discovery, both third-party Gartner and Forrester reports have it ranked up at the top for the last couple of years running, and it's been around. It's quite mature AI. It's been around for longer than some of the competitors as well. So it is best in class. All right, so on to the fun stuff, getting to see how it works. I'm just going to do a quick run through again of Watson Assistant and Watson Discovery before I open them up and show you. So essentially the use case for Watson Assistant, or the flow that we're going to show today, is you have your customer, and then they can come in on a variety of different channels. So there's a bunch of built-in integrations making development time really quick and easy, where you just have to basically sign into whatever you want to connect with. If you want to do Slack or Facebook Messenger, we can hook it up to SMS, or you can do a voice call in. You can connect to it however you want, right? Some customers are going to prefer texting it. Some customers are going to prefer phoning in to chat with it. And both of those options are available, along with a bunch of other channels. Again, anything with an open API, we can connect to. And then they get the resolution. So they're chatting with Watson Assistant. The main flow is that they get an answer to their question, right? They ask a question and they get an answer. But as you'll see in the demo shortly, we can take it so much further than that. There's so many more options with Watson. If you build X amount of questions into your bot, and then you want Watson Discovery to handle the rest. Say you've got a website with lots of information. Say you've got, I don't know, a knowledge base, a box that has documents, PDF documents, PowerPoints. Say you want to, search an external website, maybe a government website or a public resource to provide the answer to your customers. You can do that. You can connect Watson Discovery and have that AI-powered search for it to find the answer itself, whether it's crawling the web or you're uploading documents. And then, as a fallback to that, if they still didn't get their question answered, we can seamlessly connect them to an agent. So Watson Discovery, very similar flow, but the user comes in, they're chatting with the assistant, we're searching for an answer, and what Discovery is combining is AI search with NLP capabilities to search whatever repository or SharePoint, whatever it may be. There's all these built-in connections, but again, anything with an open API we can connect to. There's also a really quick start web crawl where you can just put in your URL and tell it to search the website and start querying it right off the bat. It's quite quick and easy to set up. All right, so enough of that, and let's get into the demo here. Let me open it up. So what I have here for you today is a general store kind of use case. So it's a retail use case where customers may be coming in and asking questions. We've got kind of our main website landing page here. And what we have at the bottom is our built-in widget. So another great thing about going with this solution is the quick setup and the quick launch of it. There's a built-in widget. You don't have to be designing web components. You don't have to be fiddling with that. You don't need developers for that. You can literally stick it on your website very easily and use the built-in features. And you can customize it, so you can add your branding and your logos and whatever makes it your own and make it feel like your brand. And if you do want something totally custom built, we can do that as well. So you can see here, I've got my assistant. It's got its little welcome message here. It's very friendly. It's saying, "Hi, I'm Jen. I'm the Newcomp General Store Virtual Agent." A little bit of personality to it. It's asking for my name, so I'm going to type in my name so that it knows who I am. And then, you can see some of the components here. So we can do buttons, we can do links, we can do drop downs, images, webhooks, API calls, branding, whatever you need in this assistant. A lot of it's built in, which makes it really quick to start up and develop. So I've got some quick select options here. I'm going to click About Us to learn a little bit more. And we can train it on, your user conversations. So if you've got customer service emails or phone call transcripts or whatever it may be, those phrases or utterances that your customers are saying or questions, that they're asking, we can leverage that and have that actually train the assistant to understand, how your customers speak, what acronyms they use, maybe what slang they use, and we can make sure that the assistant is robust enough to take that into consideration. So another question that someone may come in and ask is location. So, we can add follow-up questions. We can create actually very sophisticated flows from this. We've done, 10-layer deep eligibility flows where the question that comes up next depends on the one previous. So we can really customize it, and it really is limitless. You're not stuck in a strict framework if you don't want to be. So here's an example of a link. So we've added in Google Maps here. So if I say get directions to the store, we can send them right to the page and make it nice and easy. And another thing to consider when you're building a chatbot solution is, the conversation, the user experience. How does it flow? So if I say thank you, if I say how are you, what we call these is small talk. So making it seem personable, making it seem friendly, giving an answer. Here it's saying, I'm great, Marina, thanks for asking. So it remembered my name, so we can keep context throughout the conversation. So if someone say, if you wanted to put this behind a sign-in or some sort of authentication, we could pull that right from their account info. We don't need to reprompt for questions that we already have the answer for. And we can save any of this in a database as well, so that if somebody came back later and we wanted to remember bits of the conversation, we could totally do that. So I'm going to do something else here. I'm going to type in a typo, because Watson Assistant has a pretty sophisticated spell check, if I do say so myself, is not an A++ speller, but it's able to detect the spelling error. It's able to recognize the question that the user is still asking, and then still give them the correct answer. So another thing they may ask, are store hours. And here I previously specified that I was interested in the location of the Thornhill store. And now, without repeating its name, I'm asking, what are its hours? And it's giving me the hours. And this is actually a great time for me to try connecting with this bot in a different way, because I've been sitting here and I've been chatting with it over the computer. But I'm going to give me a second here. I'm going to call the bot, and this is going to connect with the same backend that I built. I only had to build this once, and you're going to see the welcome message get converted to voice. Essentially. And we have this set up with Twilio, but any provider we can work with that provides numbers, or if you have your own, we can integrate with that as well. And what you're going to see is that it goes beyond, it's going to start off with the push 1 for X, push 2 for Y, but we can go full natural conversation on this. So my welcome message bubbles at the top here, the about us and our locations, these are going to be seamlessly converted into voice commands. And I can also ask other questions in the bot. So give me a second here. I'm going to phone in and chat with my bot.
Hello, I'm Jen, the Newcomp General Store Virtual Customer Care Agent. What can I call you?
Steve.
Hi, Steve. How can I help you today? 1. About us. 2. Our locations. 3. Start a return.
What are your hours tomorrow?
We are open on Thursday from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m.
Awesome, and I'm going to hang up. So another thing to point out there is the date time understanding. So it's a built-in capability. If I say something like, what are your hours tomorrow, or what are your hours next Thursday, we can have it recognize, in the natural language that a customer would actually use. We can get the response from the bot, and it's the same response that we're getting from the web widget that we have here, and we can make it the same from any channel, or we can also make it different. So if you want to hook up one to the phone and one to the Facebook Messenger, you can do that. But if you just want to save time and have one for both, you can do that as well. So beyond, FAQs, we can also have the assistant do tasks for us, and it can get, quite complex tasks or quite simple tasks. But we do have that flexibility. So something like asking about the return policy. I'm going to start a return. So it's saying, we can email you a return label. I'm more than happy to handle that to you. And this is getting fully handled by the bot and not having to waste time for any of your much smarter human beings that you employ. So to look up my order, it needs my 5-digit order number. And so I'm going to paste that in here. So I've got order number 12345. And I'm going to give them my demo email address for today. So what this is going to do is send me an email with my return label. I get a nice little confirmation within the bot. And I'm going to head up to my email and I'm going to refresh. And it's here. So sent from today, 2:20 p.m., return instructions. So we can have this pushed from databases, from Salesforce, wherever it may be that you have your return label, or we can build that process for you. So you can see it can do something as sophisticated as that. And one more, along the lines of returns and orders, I've got a simple DB2 database set up here. But again, any database will work. It can be Amazon, it can be Google. For the purpose of having a database, wherever your data is stored, we can work with. But I've got order numbers. I've got my client email address, and I've got a status, so shipped, in process, and delivered. So just as a small sample of what we can do here, I can actually get the bot to check the status of my order. So again, I don't need to bug customer service. We can pull this information right from where it's stored, wherever your data is stored, and get that as well. So now I'm going to provide it with one of the order numbers. And it says it's in process. And now, in this example, we were good users. We followed the path laid out to us by the developers. We answered the question. But what if I'm not so good? What if I ask another question before answering the one it gave me? And this is another one of the features that really sets it apart from some of the other competitors, because it's able to handle what we call digressions. So I'm going to digress to a different question. I'm going to say, what are your hours? And it's going to say, our hours are Monday to Friday, but I still need your, if you want the status of your order, I still need that order number. So I'm going to give it the third one, and it'll be happy that I responded. And so you can customize this. You can pick how you want these flows for each single question that you build into the bot. You can decide if you want them to be able to digress, or if you have a more strict flow that you want them to stay down the path, we can do that as well. Okay, so what I did here is, this was a two-step question, right? I needed to ask for the status of the order, but going back to that natural language flexibility of the bot, if I give it all at once, we can handle that as well. So if I just say track order and I give them the order number, right within the sentence, it's still able to complete that task out of order, and it didn't need to ask me a follow-up question. It took the context that I gave it, even if it was out of the order that we had initially gone through, and gave me the answer. Okay, so this is the main features of the assistant. It's really flexible, it's really powerful, and we can connect to just about anything. So one more thing I want to show is now we're going to touch on discovery. So built into this assistant, we've connected a search skill. So I'm going to ask a question here that I did not build into the Watson Assistant, but I've added the Canadian recall page in a web crawl to my discovery skill. So if I ask something along the lines of, what happens if a product is recalled? It's going to search for the answer for my user. It says, I searched my knowledge base. I found this might be useful. I didn't build in this answer. This is all built in out-of-box user interface. So it comes in a little card, and there sometimes can be 2, sometimes 3, depending on how relevant the results that it finds are. But it shows me the answer. So if something is recalled, we can look at the widget, we can see email notifications, and it links me also right to what was searched. So this is one of the URLs that I asked it to search for me. And Discovery will go and click each one of the links and go down all of the layers that it can to find the answer on the website. So that's one example of a discovery search. And then I'm going to ask a similar question, but I'm going to ask it slightly different, just to show how it can pick up the nuances in the conversation. So how do I know if a product has been recalled? Slightly different question. So this one's talking about being signed up for alerts or connecting with emails. So it can get quite specific. So a fun little connection that I also wanted to add in here is translation. So there are a bunch of APIs that Watson offers that are just outside of the assistant and discovery. There's visual recognition, text to speech, speech to text, which we're actually using when we call in, NLP, which is a part of discovery, but there's also translator. So there's quite a sophisticated translation service that we can connect. So if you have documents that you need translated, even outside of the assistant, we can do that all through API calls. But say a user comes in, they saw a sign in our store and say it was in French. So we can actually, just a sample here to show the translation, I'm typing in maybe a sign or a phrase that I saw, or maybe we could take a picture of a sign or phrase that we saw and have it translate. And we can do this with documents. We can even do this back and forth between the conversation of an agent. So as a data company, feedback is really important. So if somebody's saying something negative, or if they're having a negative user experience with our product, we want to collect that and we want to analyze that. And Sue is going to show you a little bit later, just in a few minutes here, what what we can do with that. But I'm just going to show how the bot can detect frustration, or it can detect phrases that we deem negative, and then we can hand off to an agent. So I'm going to say yes, please, and it's going to say, hold on while I find an agent to assist you. Again, this is all built in. I didn't have to make any of these components myself. I'm going to request an agent and switch over to my Zendesk platform here. You can see I've already got my alert, and we can connect, right with the company. So I got my little ding, and it's going to say, I'm the agent now. So I'm the customer service representative. I'm chatting with my person. I'm going to say, oh, that's a lot of spaces. I'm going to get rid of some of those, and then I'm going to say, hi, how can I help you today? And if I switch back over, you can see that the widget stayed the exact same, and I can switch back to my Watson Assistant at any time, but I'm now chatting with my agent. So I can say, hi, I have a question about one of your products, and I get my little notification, and you can see that the chat is pretty seamless for the user. It integrates very well with these platforms, and we can provide the agent the whole chat conversation. So we can help the agent by letting them see what they've been asking. And then, where the translation comes in is we can actually let them know that we're using a translation service. And if your customers are speaking different languages, we can translate live back and forth the chat to and from the agent, so that we really can connect everyone. So that's what I wanted to show you today, and I'm going to pass it off to my colleague Sue. But the point that I really wanted to get across here is that you can connect to anything, any channel, any customer service platform, any app, any content, any knowledge base with Watson Assistant, making it super powerful and super flexible. And we'd love to hear about your business problems. This was a sample, so I wanted to sample all of a bunch of the different connections that we can do. But this is just scratching the surface at what all of these tools and services can do. So we would love to hear more about your business problem and your needs to decide which of these components might be best, because you may not need all of them. You may say I don't need translator, but I really like the voice, or the other way around. We can customize it and personalize it to your needs, because they don't all come with the package. You can pick and choose what you'd like. So now I'm going to pass to my colleague Sue, and she's going to talk about how we can help scale and deploy this assistant along with some advanced analytics to ensure that your bot is performing well.
Awesome, great. Thank you, Marina. Let me share my screen. I think everyone's seeing the screen, right?
Looks great.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, great. Hi, everyone. In the next session, I'm going to talk about the deployment and the production phase of your chatbot. So Watson Assistant can deploy on any application, no matter it's a client-facing website or an internal information platform. And for the production phase, we developed an advanced analytics package to monitor the chatbot performance and provide the conversational insights. I will walk you through the two aspects in the next 20 minutes. So now what you're looking at is called Datafy AI, an AI model governance platform that we built using open source and cloud technologies. In this example, I want to show you what this platform is and how we can deploy chatbot on this application and make 1 + 1 greater than 2. Okay, let me first quickly log in with my Gmail account. And by the way, this login page is connected with our user database to provide the role-based access control. Okay, let me first give you a quick introduction about Datafy, and hopefully our AI model governance solution can give you some insights as well. So on the left sidebar is our menu bar where you can switch between different pages. Each page represents one aspect of your project. And on the right upper corner, we have the drop-down list where you can switch between different projects. So for this demo, I pulled 2 projects from Kaggle to illustrate the features. And on the right lower corner, we have our lovely chatbot where you can ask information to the bot. Okay, So first, I want to quickly introduce the two projects that I pulled here. The first one is the Walmart retail sales. Let's say I'm a channel manager for Walmart. I work for CPG manufacturers, and I'm responsible for all the sales and the promotion activities happen in Walmart. So when I come to Datafy AI, in the project overview page, I can quickly know the key information that I care most, like my total daily revenue, what's my daily sales trend, what's my dataset profile looks like, etc. I can also see when my model is updated last time. If it is a long time ago compared with the data update, then it's a suggestion that my data science team need to retrain the model with the new data set. Here, there is a mini taskbar to track the dev team's work. Now, let's say today I need to review my promotion plan for the next month, but this morning I got firsthand information that 2 of my direct competitors are going to run promotion as well. This is definitely not going to affect my sales, and I really need to know how much the impact would be so that I can adjust my promotion plan. Then I can come to Datafy AI, go to the model page. In the step 1, I need to specify the number of weeks I want to predict. In this case, it will be 4. In step 2, I need to upload custom input data. In this case, it will be my competitor's price point. Here, I have a input file where I just put my competitor's promotion price in the format that my model likes, and then upload this file into Datafy. Here it gives me an overview of the table so that I know I upload the correct one. And then the third step, I just need to click run the model. And boom, now I have the predicted result after considered my competitor's promotion price. And over here we have some model performance figures generated by the models. And of course, I can come back to the step 2, upload another set of the price point to do another scenario analysis and see how that will affect my sales. Without Datafy AI, before I probably need to prepare different price strategies of my competitors may set and send to my data science team. And they need to run through the model, summarize the results, send it back to me. This whole process may take days or even weeks, and it will be too late for me to make actions on it. And right now, as a business people, even though I know nothing about the code, about modeling stuff, but I just need to come to this platform, and within 5 minutes, I can do multiple price scenarios analysis on my own and be able to make actions immediately. Datafy AI can also help business people monitor the model performances. I will show you that in the second project. So this time, let's say I'm an inventory manager. We have a very high standard for the model accuracy because our inventory plans are based on model predictions. So we build a long short-term memory model for every product at every store to achieve the high accuracy. That's in total 500 models sitting in the backend because we have 10 stores and 50 products in this project. What I care most, or the question I would ask most, is whether my model is still up to date. What's the accuracy as of now? So I can come to Datafy AI. In the first step, I will enter the store and the product number that I want to test on. Let me just quickly enter a random number as long as it is within the range we provide over here. The second step is to run the model. And here it will generate model performance figures. The blue line represents the actual data set. The red line represents the predicted data set. And let's zoom in over here. Okay, here we can see the model seems like mispredict a lot of peak points. This doesn't look good, but I'm a business people. I don't know what does this mean to my model performance. Even though I know it may be not good, but I wasn't super sure from the statistical point. So I come to the third step. I click evaluate. And now it's going to generate a statistic table for me and also give me an alert saying model drift detected, because the model accuracy is below than the benchmark. And now I will be comfortable, or I will feel comfortable that this model is definitely need to retrain or need my data science team to come to revisit, rebuild the model. So I will know, okay, for this store and this product, I shouldn't really trust the model results anymore. So in this case, we show how business people can monitor the model performance at any time, because we believe they are the people that make decisions. So they should have access to monitor the models. And only in this way, they would feel comfortable to use model results. Okay, now if I go to the data overview page, I will see the dashboard that my data science team prepared for me. I can see what's the year-over-year percent change is and what the values are after breaking it down by month. On the left side, there is a pie chart to display the store performance. And if I click on the one of the store, I can see what's the year-over-year percent change looks like for this store and how many months it's overperformed than my average national average, and how many months it's less performed than my average national average, etc. So this becomes a one-stop shop for me. I just come to the Datafy AI and I already know all the information that I need about this project. Now let's look at our chatbot. As I mentioned before, there are 500 models sitting in the backend, and each of them predicts the unit sales for the product. The magic here is we connect Watson Assistant to the predicted result, and we can ask the bot about the prediction through natural language. Let's open the chatbot box. What can I call you? It's the exact same bot that Marina just showed you, so the welcoming message is the same. I will just say, I'm Sue. Hi, Sue, how can I help you today? I want to ask a predicted sales value. So none of those topics are actually the question I want to ask. I will directly chat with the bot and say, can you check the predicted sales of a product for me? It will ask, what's the product number? Let's say 31. It will ask what store number I want to look at, because as I said, for each store and each product, we actually build a model for that. So we need those two parameter values to extract the proper value. Let's say it's 3. Okay, it's searching, and now it's saying, okay, the predicted sales of product that you're looking for is 374. It can also check the historical sales. Let me ask the question, and this time I'm going to provide all information at once. Can you check the sales of product 1 in store 1 on date 2015? Let's say January 1st. Okay, it tells me on that day, 30 units of the product 1 were sold at store number 1. And I can ask other informations, because no matter what information you want to ask, as long as we build it in, it will retrieve the value for me. For example, I can ask, what's my revenue yesterday? And they will say your daily revenue for yesterday is that much. This is just a small portion of chatbot's value. we want to show you that chatbot is not just an FAQ bot. It can help your business to a scale that you've never thought of. And we are here to work with you and design the best solution that fits your business, no matter it's a chatbot solution or a model governance solution. Okay, now let's talk about how to monitor the chatbot performance after it's in production. So Watson Assistant provides an out-of-box analytics tab for chatbot developer, but we take one step further. We designed an advanced analytics package to evaluate the chatbot performance and visualize the insights as interactive dashboards. And this is what I'm going to show you next. So here is the standard dashboard package we provide for our clients. And of course, we have Python scripts running behind the scene to extract the logs, clean the data, and analyze the result. And in the end, visualize them in the dashboards. We have 5 tabs to show 5 aspects of your chatbot performance. The first one is the summary tab, where you can see the key metrics like total topics that your bot covers, total message it communicates with your clients, the average and the minimum confidence of the topics. Below, the histogram shows you the frequency of each topic and their average confidence level. In the second tab, the usage tracker, where you can track the total daily conversations, average conversation length, and the unique traffic pattern of the bot. For example, over here, we see those 2 days, we have the abnormal traffic or the high frequency of the bot. Probably we are running the promotion, so people come here to ask a lot of questions, or there may other reasons that causing this high peak. From this graph, we can see, okay, if it's a one-time thing or if it's a pattern that we need to prepare more. So the next tab is the tree map. This is a performance overview of high-level categorized topics. The box size represents the number of questions per topic, and the color shade represents the average confidence level of each topic groups. If we left-click on one of the boxes, it will drill down, filter down the question tables below, and we can see, okay, what the confidence levels for each questions within this topic. And if we right-click on the box, we can drill down to see what the child topics belongs to this parent topic and what are their performance, which means the confidence level it looks like. Over here, we can see there is a child topic called sales pitch, which has a poor average compared with the other child's intent, so child topics. So which means we need to probably go to the Watson Assistant, look at this this topic, and then probably retrain it with the better examples so that it can achieve a higher confidence level. Let me draw it back. The next tab is the satisfaction summary. It summarizes the custom feedback that collected from the bot, which Marina shows you in her demo. Like we have a conversation flow to collect customers' feedback. So satisfaction rate over here is the number of positive feedbacks divided by the total feedback messages. And the word cloud below over here shows what feedback message are, and the size of the messages represent their count. Here we have a table to list out all the questions or the feedback that customers give. The last tab is fallback rate, which displays the messages that are not captured by your bot and the percentage of those messages. The fallback rate is number of unknown utterances divided by the total utterances. Sorry, and I keep using the utterances, but utterances means the questions all chatbot developer or vendors using utterance as the questions. They are equivalent words, or the utterances is just a specific terminology in the chatbot developers. So If you see the utterances in the dashboard, it means the questions. But basically over here, we only have 21 unknown message or questions. That's why compared with the total questions that chatbot answer, the fallback rate is very small. Like it's almost zero, close to zero. Yeah, and that's all I want to show to you. And I will handle the mic back to Taylor.
Thank you, Marina and Sue, for a really great demo. I'll just give Marina a sec to put the slides up. Well, we want to, thank you, Marina. We want to share an exciting offering with you all today before we hop off. So IBM is offering a free package called Emerge Smarter to help organizations cope with high volume of questions and communicate changes. And you can get the software free for 60 days, have the assistant up and running within a few days, and support from the IBM specialist team to build and deploy the chatbot in your environment. So Watson answers questions with pre-built dialogue for topics such as IT support and HR questions, remote work support, voting, and medical COVID-19 questions. And the 60-day engagement includes an intro to Watson Assistant, onboarding, testing, and training on how to create those intents, as well as support for the full 60 days. So if you're interested in taking advantage of this, please reach out to us after we send out our slide deck email follow-ups. And we also offer Watson training for those of you that would like how to learn the software, would like to learn how to use the software. We have a 1 full-day course that covers the fundamentals of Watson Assistant, the core concepts, best practices for designing conversations and maintenance, and it provides you with the skills necessary to build and deploy a chatbot through a variety of different channels. And we also have a half-day course for Watson Discovery that teaches you to build an AI search and insights engine into your chatbot. And some of those core concepts include connecting to data sources, relevancy training, and smart document understanding. And both of these courses are designed for both non-technical and technical users of beginner to intermediate level. And lastly, we are also running an ongoing event called Newcomp Office Hours, where you can book a complimentary 1-hour session with our experts and bring your analytics use cases or challenges to discuss and brainstorm. We only require that 4 or more people join us for the session. And you can book this session through here when we send you the slide deck. And if you have any additional questions that come up after the webinar or would like to discuss any of these topics further, you can reach out to me directly through my email. And as mentioned, we'll be sharing a link to the webinar recording and the slides after. So that brings us to the end of our webinar today. Thank you all very much for joining us.